Former Minister of Aviation in Nigeria, Femi Fani-Kayode, is currently being interrogated by the Department of State Services over his claim that certain politicians are working with the military high command over the possibility of a coup. The DSS, in response, summoned the APC campaign spokesman for questioning. The public relations officer of the DSS, Dr. Peter Afunaya, confirmed that Fani-Kayode was still with them in Abuja. Now, joining me on the news to discuss this latest development is a security consultant and President, Alumni Association of National Institute for Security Studies, Mike Ejiofor. Good evening to you, Mike, and thanks for joining us on NC Continental Prime.
Yes, good evening.
Thanks for your time, Mike. Now, why do you think Femi Fani-Kayode was invited by the Department of State Services when his claim of an alleged coup cannot be justified?
Of course, he was invited over the statement he made. That was a very sensitive and inflammatory statement, in my opinion, for a highly placed former top government functionary to make such a statement, unsubstantiated statement. So perhaps he has more information to give to the security agencies to substantiate those allegations. I think that's why it was indicted.
Now, if these allegations cannot be substantiated, do you think punitive measures will be taken against his person, looking at the gravity, as you said, that these are very serious allegations, will be taken against him?
Well, if he doesn't substantiate the allegation, the law will take its course, of course, because you see, the extent to which the fear and panic he has caused in the country by such allegations. So he must be able to provide further information. If he doesn't, I think the law will take its course. Either is prosecuted or is cautioned.
Now, Mr. Mike Ejiofor, we're currently in the political season and tensions are palpable. A lot of emotions are also high. Do you see any political inclinations towards his statements? I mean, as a former government minister, and he should know the implication of the things he's saying. What message do you think what he said would pass, especially looking at the polity and the electioneering period we're in?
Well, for some time, our politicians have been making very inflammatory statements. It's not just Fani-Kayode. And these statements are capable of eating up the polity, and possibly disrupting our electoral process. You recall that we have uninterrupted political dispensation for the past 23 years. So anything that can jolt it now, I think politicians are becoming very desperate in trying to ascend to power for obvious reasons, of course, that the INEC has tried to sanitize the electoral process, which will give them the chance, the opportunity of either trying to write figures or stuffing ballot boxes. So they are becoming very desperate, and it's not good for our policy at all.
Now, finally, Mike, looking at the nature of this interrogation and before we published the last communication from DSS was that he was still in his custody. Typically, how long will these interrogations take before we get another message or statements from the DSS on the next line of action?
Well, you see, what the statement made by, or the allegations made by Fani-Kayode border on national security. So his interrogation on still the State Security Service will be dependent on the State Security Service being satisfied that he has answered all the questions. So it can take 3 hours, it can take a whole day, it can take, depending on the nature of the investigation and how what progress they are making in the interrogation.
Thank you very much for your time and insight, Mike Edger, for security consultant there.